Okay, we'll get started here in a few minutes. Welcome, gentlemen and ladies, to a Tech Weekly Live. We'll go into some tech news of the past week, and probably a short one for this evening. Let me get situated here. Chip Catalano is in the house. How are you, Chip? How are you this evening? Hi, Mark. How are you? Sound check, test, test. Everything okay? Music not too loud? Mic okay? Looks okay on my part. How's everybody doing this evening? I have my organic Orange Divine soda with real sugar. I'm doing good, Chip. You left for 2 minutes and you left for the evening. I left for the evening? What's up, Joe? How are you? Everything sounds good. Okay. I'll leave the music the way it is. Very nice day today in Ohio. In the 80s, sunny, dry, was beautiful. Yeah, so. Okay, everything sounds good. Okay. Yeah, it was good conversation on the Big Daddy show, Joe. Yeah. Yeah, it was fun. It's always good talking about Linux and technology in general with friends. So I think today, or was it yesterday, I think Big Daddy did a Rocket League live, if I am not mistaken. I have never played Rocket League. The game looks like fun though, but anyway, for tonight we'll go to some tech news of the week, some random stuff with Linux, Ubuntu, Linux Mint, Windows, and then we'll finish off with some nonsense news. Since I haven't done a nonsense news in a while, always fun doing those. Not as fun doing those by myself. Maybe I should ask Big Daddy to join me for a news and nonsense report. How does that sound? It should be fun. But yeah, it was a good conversation on the Big Daddy show. Alright, well, why don't we get started? And we'll go into some random topics, news items of the week, and then we'll wrap this up. This will probably be a half-hour show. I had a comment saying that these live events, the live shows are too long, and maybe they are. You know, maybe going 2 hours might be a bit long, but I hate to leave early when you guys are still talking to me or chatting to me. So, but maybe 2 hours, an hour and a half, maybe too long, unless we have a lot of people on. But I hate to leave. I hate to be rude and you guys are still talking. So, anyway, if these run too long, you let me know. I have no ego to bruise, and we'll keep them short. I think we both learned a few things. Michael was on fire. Yes, Michael's cool. Sounds like a plan, Stan. Yeah, I meant to ask him Friday night about doing a news and nonsense, either on my channel or his. I think that'll be fun. Yeah, Mark, I think he would be a good news and nonsense co-host. Really, with these, all he has to do is listen. I'll do all the nonsense, you know. Yeah, we can do it on each other's show. Mark says they're not long enough. Man, I cannot please everybody. Probably 2 hours may be a stretch, unless there's a lot of people in chat. I know, you guys tell me. Well, you know, I'll keep track of this. Is an hour fine? 2 hours? I'll stay. Look, I could do this all night. I don't think your shows are too long. No one has to say to stay and watch them. That is true. That is true. I think my longest one was 2.5 hours. It was a late night one. Look, as long as you guys stay on to chat, I'll do these. You know, stay on longer. It's a little bit harder on a small monitor, but as long as you guys stay in chat, I'll keep chatting. But that's true. If you don't want to stick around for the recording, leave. Perfectly. 2 hours is good. Yeah, Mark, I would say probably 2 hours is probably max for a solo host. Now, if we have a co-host, you know, an hour to hour and a half is the sweet spot. That's what I was thinking, Joe. Yeah, if I do a news nonsense with the co-host, I suppose we can max it out for 2 hours. But yeah, just go with the flow, right? That's what I will do. Exactly. Okay, take another sip here, and we'll go into some news and a little nonsense for the week. Okay. All right, let's do this. As long as your heart tells, yeah, whatever you feel, a toss, I'll be there as long as you're on. Thank you. How much news can we find? Well, I got about, I don't know, about 10 articles. Let's start off with Ubuntu Mate. You guys know I love the Ubuntu or the Mate desktop environment. The mid menu is awesome. Anyway, this is kind of funny in a way. Welcome Unity 7 refugees. This is the Ubuntu flavor you've been waiting for. Now, I will not read all of this, but it says here we're not happy, proud, pleased, or ambivalent to announce this alpha. No, not us. This is our most super alpha ever. We're ecstatic. We mean it. Keep reading. Don't just go hunting for the download button and skip over our most glorious release notes. That's interesting. What works? People tell us that Ubuntu Mate is stable. You may or may not agree. I think for the most part, well, not alphas, maybe not betas, but for the most part they are stable. Ubuntu Mate alpha releases are not recommended for regular users, anyone who needs a stable system, anyone uncomfortable running a possibly frequently broken system, anyone in a production environment. Yeah, makes all the sense to me. So what changed since 17.04? Well, let's see. We've been really burning the midnight oil for the last 3 months. This is what has been updated or added. So let's see here. Panel layouts. We have Mutiny, Cupertino, Redmond, Pantheon, Contemporary, Netbook, and Traditional. A couple of screenshots here, it looks like. Yeah, the mid menu is nice, and so is the brisk menu chip. Yes, that is true. I agree. Mutiny Desktop seems like a good replacement for those looking for Unity. Yeah, I would say so. Looks like we have a global menu, which is now improved. We have complete SuperKey support from several of the Planet panel layouts. The heads-up display, something that was started in Ubuntu Mate 16.10, never perfected, but now is ready for prime time. The heads-up display, that was something in Unity. Yes, a favorite of Unity 7 users. The heads-up display provided a way to search for and run menu bar commands. All right, indicators. Indicators for Optimus. This is for NVIDIA hardware. It looks like Bluetooth network power messages. So yeah, this definitely looks like an improvement. Very good. The Mate tweak, the tweak tool for different layouts, and of course community wallpaper. So if you wanted to, I might give this a shot. I know it's just an alpha, but they are very excited So the Mate desktop, what can I say? It's awesome. All right, work has begun in earnest, development work for the next Linux 18.03. Clem Lefebvre has announced via the Linux blog that the next version of the Linux Mint distribution is in the works. It will include a revamp to the software manager, which needed attention. The new software manager comes with a more modern look, giving users a better user experience. So we have the new software manager, some improvements here. Let's see here. So let's see. You'll be able to download this November of 2017. So if you like Ubuntu or Linux Mint, take a look at that. I suppose the main story of the week is Adobe is, well, Flash is going away. Flash warning. It will stop updating, distributing Flash technology by 2020. The company is collaborating with Alphabet, Apple, Facebook, Microsoft, and Mozilla in the effort, but will provide support for updates. Okay. Let's see here. Adobe encourages content creators to migrate any existing Flash content to new open formats. Well, obviously HTML5 is one of them. Flash dates back to the 1990s. Wow. I guess it does, yeah. But other tech players have been speaking out against it for years. Apple in particular has been talking for years about how Flash hurts the user experience. Well, earlier this year, Google said it would stop blocking Flash by default in its Chrome browser come October. That's interesting. And Microsoft has sought to stop Flash from showing up in its Edge. Yeah, Flash is, God, it seems like Flash requires 24-hour security updates. If you've seen the security news from QuidsUp about Flash, God, it's constantly being, security patched. So this is definitely a good idea. But yeah, I've used HTML5. It seems to work most of the time. Yeah, Chip. Yeah, they are working on Mint 18.3. Yeah. Hopefully one of the improvements to the Software Center is a faster load time. Okay, sounds good. So, yeah, Adobe Flash is no more come 2020. Microsoft Malware 10, right? Microsoft confirms Windows 10 has seriously nasty surprise. Okay. Let's see, right now Windows 10 is undergoing a massive upgrade to the so-called Creators Update. But it appears that millions of Windows 10 users will never get it. Yeah, this has to do with if the hardware is not supported, you're not going to get it. I won't go into all of this, but this is good news if you've been contemplating Linux. Windows 10 won't support what you have, and your computer is not that outdated. You may just like Linux. Again, check out Linux Mint, Zorin Lite, Ubuntu Mate if you're a newbie to all of this. But it says here, Windows 10 will place new hardware requirements on users to upgrade their systems. Look, I could understand if your computer is 10 years old, but if it's like, I don't know, not more than 5 years old, and you can't do Windows 10 for whatever reason, I think that's, yeah, Kevin, Flush Flash. That's a good one for Kevin. Kevin, I like that one, Flush Flash. Oh, I like that. Would everybody say hello to Kevin? He's been a loyal follower and supporter of the channel. Thank you, Kevin. That made me laugh. Flush Flash. Oh, that is so funny. You set Firefox to ask to activate for Flash. Okay, cool. Okay, so I have a Lenovo 6-year-old desktop, dual core, super reliable. I was able to upgrade to Windows 10. I'm assuming when the next upgrade comes up, I can do that. If I can't, then it'll be strictly a Linux machine, and I'm totally cool with that. Although 6 years is probably pushing it on the edge in terms of a obscure or obsolete machine, but they're reliable. Definitely check out Lenovo machines. They are very good. ThinkPads, they're awesome. So let's see here. Finish this one up real quick. Let's see. So yes, it'll say Windows 10 is no longer supported on this PC. Wah wah. Let's move on. Well, this is for USB 3.2. USB 3.2 will make your cables twice as fast. Very good once you've bought new devices. Yes, this is definitely good news. If you invested heavily in USB Type-C cables, the USB Promoter Group has some good news for you. Let's see. Is there a date for this? I don't see a date, but I'm assuming it's going to be soon. The only inconvenience is that to use these new speeds, you need brand new devices. Well, that makes sense. You know, no fault. Can't fault anybody for that. Here it is. The full USB 3.2 specification is expected to be finalized in September, doubling the speed. Wow, very good. All right. Let's take a quick jaunt over to the OMG Ubuntu website. Yes, good evening, Kevin. How are you? Of course, the big news on Flash. Linux Mint software sees major improvements. And the Windows subsystem for Linux as X Beta deepened system. Guess I can close out some of these tabs. We have the latest Ubuntu Budgie, Ubuntu Mate, Nautilus not adding tags. Interesting. If you play games, 0AD Alpha 22, that's a lot of alphas. Woo! Well, here's something. Ubuntu Mate is asking users to vote on its default video player. Okay, let's take a look. Well, let's see. I like SM Player. The following 3 video players are the choices: GNOME, MPV, Totem, or VLC. Not a lot of choices out of these 3. I would pick... I gotta go VLC. It's been the most complete, one of the most complete players out. Oh, here we go. Wondering why SM Player isn't part of the votes. Let's see here. He remarks, SM Player fell out of the ugly tree. Okay, and hit all the branches on the way down. Huh. I'm not sure what that means, to be honest, but I guess he doesn't like SM Player. I have it. I think it's okay, but maybe Martin Wimpress has his reasons. They're probably good ones, but yeah, I'd have to go with VLC. Yeah, Chip, VLC. Alright, so Toss, you've got viewers all over the planet, so for some it's morning, others it's afternoon. Yes, that is true, Kevin, yes, but I'll say it depending on my my time. So for tonight I'll say good evening, ladies and gentlemen, but yeah, that is true. Poor SM Player. I don't know what happened, Mark. I'll probably take an in-depth look at that sometime this week. I think it's fine. Is it better than VLC, or I really don't know, but I think it looks nice. Anyway, that's it for Ubuntu Mate's poll. Let's see what else we have here. Should Evolution be the default Linux email client? I don't know. I'm not too picky about this. I think the Thunderbird is fine. Evolution. I think there's another one that's fairly popular. I don't know what you guys think about this. Just thought I would mention this, but yeah. As far as email clients, I'm not really that picky. I don't use them anymore, to be quite honest. Maybe I should to keep it simple. But do you guys have a favorite email client? I really don't. And that's in both Linux and Windows. So what we'll do now is, that finishes the roundup for the regular news. Let's go into some Kmail. Okay. Kmail's good. Let's see here. Looks like we're looking good here. All right, let's go into some nonsense stuff or some odd news. Ordinance bans looking at electronics while crossing roads. A bill signed into law by the mayor of Honolulu will impose fines on pedestrians who are caught looking at their phones while crossing the street. What do you guys think about this one? This is interesting. The mayor held a signing ceremony, and this law takes effect October 25. That's interesting. Here, Mark, I've used Thunderbird in the past, Yep, just sign in and get your email chip, yes. But this story here, I thought about this story. I think it's probably a good idea. Let's see here. Make it illegal for pedestrians to cross the street or highway while viewing a mobile. Look, this is for their own safety. Sometimes, let's see here. Sometimes wish there were laws we did not have to pass, but perhaps common sense would prevail. But sometimes we lack common sense. Isn't that the truth? So for this one, I would have to agree. This is probably a good law. Let's see here. The law requires police to witness an offense to make an arrest. That makes sense. Well, do you have to make an arrest? Really? I don't know about an arrest, but fines, let's see, 15 to 35 first offense, 35 to 75 second offense, and $75 to $99 take away their Windows machine. Oh, well, third offense. Yeah, good law. Look ahead and not down. You know, in Germany, I think they put lights. When you're crossing looking down, they put lights in the road to remind you to look up, if I am not mistaken. That might be better. I don't know. Anyway. Too many people getting hit because they want to pay attention to their phone instead of watching for traffic. Yes. But pedestrians always have the right of way. Well, they do, but you still want to be aware, right? Better safe than sorry. Okay, let's move on to the next nonsense or odd news. Well, a British man totaled brand new Ferrari an hour after picking it up. There's the picture here, and I don't know what to say about this. I guess he was on a fast track to nowhere. Yeah. You've seen those pedestrian lights. Okay. I think that would work. Yeah, and it wouldn't cost anybody any fine, right? Anyway, I was going to say, this is what happens when you're not paying attention driving your car, is this wreck here. Wow. There's a couple $100,000 up in smoke. What else do we have? Giant peacock rides a New York subway in Brooklyn. Look at these people. They're like bored, like, it's only a peacock. Who cares? You know, here, look, and they're looking down at their phones. There's a guy here, a girl here. I think a couple people back here. This guy has got a giant peacock It's almost like these people see these peacocks every day. I was born and raised in Brooklyn. I don't ever recall seeing a peacock. That is kind of odd. Anyway. What else do I have here? I was browsing through this. I don't think there's anything else on this page. I do want to mention something about Facebook, though. Give me a second here. Yeah, nothing there. This is weird. Facebook shuts down AI system after it continued to communicate in a language humans can't understand. Let's see here. What's it say? This is why we can't have nice things. Did you ever have the feeling that people are talking behind your back, but you can't quite make out what they're saying? Imagine for a minute if instead of people, there were AI bots plotting and scheming in the background. I think we've seen that movie before. Let's see here. That's exactly the dilemma that Facebook ran into when it found that its AI bots were communicating in shorthand mutation of English. Here's an example of two bots, Bob and Alice, communicating with each other. Bob says, I can, I everything else. Alice, balls have 0 to me, to me, to me, to me, to me, to me, to me. Alice, the AI bot. That just makes me laugh. Mark, you seen a fridge in a train? Massacre is in the house. How are you? Anyway, those are AI bots. Talking porn? I don't know. Anyway, that's funny. And that is it for the news for this evening. I'll stick around for a few extra minutes, and then we'll wrap this up. Let's take a look at this real quick. Microsoft's Windows Phone mistakes. All right, let's give that a shot. Someone was trying to save moving van costs by using public transport. Oh, now I get it. Yeah, that makes perfect sense now. Yeah. That's actually pretty slick. I never thought about that. Yeah. Let's see here. What do we got? Microsoft's Windows Phone was many things to many people. Two of my friends had it. It wasn't bad, but there just wasn't enough of the apps, it seems, that people wanted. I thought it looked fine, but the apps, I suppose the apps make or break the phone. Let's see here. So why is Microsoft risking the same fate with the Windows Store apps only policy on Windows 10s? Why is Microsoft bothering with Windows 10s at all? I'm not sure. I probably would never buy a Windows 10s machine. Windows 10s is being pushed heavily in the educational environment. That would make sense. Yeah. Anyway, let's see. Someone was trying to save moving van costs by using public transit, right? And then they quickly were fined at the train station. Ah, yeah. Let's see here. Why are there so many YouTubers doing Arch in 2015? But this year, almost none of those channels seem to focus on Arch stuff. I really don't know, Massacre. I focus primarily on beginners. I don't do really Arch. I'll do Arch-based, like, you know, Revenge OS, Manjaro, and Tergos is pretty good. But yeah, I don't really follow Arch that much. Anybody here use Arch or mess with it? It's like the last update was today for Arch. According to DistroWatch, you have not used Arch yet. Okay, alrighty. Yeah, it's just not for beginners. That's why I really don't mess with it. Yeah. February chip, and it seems to break according to some. Yeah, it's you know, it's cutting edge technology. Of course, when you play with cutting edge software, you might get cut, as it were. But that's fine. That's for people who like to tinker, power users, and that's what it was designed for. There's nothing wrong with that. But for beginners, obviously, can't do that. So take a quick gander here. OpenSUSE, Black Lab Linux, distributions which support Flatpak or Snap. We'll take a quick look at that. Let's see what to say here. Arch is easier to learn than Debian. Interesting. It didn't take me that long to learn Debian. Maybe it is. I don't know. I don't know, Chip. You might be right. I'm going to take a look at one more thing here. It just popped into my head. Let's go back to Google here. Do a search for year of the Linux desktop. Let's see what pops up. Arch is very fast compared to other distros once you get it working. That's what I have heard, Massacre. Yes. Yes. 2017 is officially the year of the Linux on a desktop. Oh. It's the year of the Linux on a desktop as the Windows subsystem for Linux. I don't think so. Seems to me the year of the Linux desktop would be on a Linux machine, not in Windows. So I don't buy this. Anyway, let me get out of this. That's funny. Well, that's all I have for this. So for this weekly tech news, unless you guys have anything. Antergos, I have tried. It's good. For what I've seen, yes, it is very good. So far. Well, when I had it in a virtual box. It wasn't bad at all. I kind of liked it, yeah. Beginner-friendly installer, to say the least. Or to say the most. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. Okay, I'm going to wrap this up in a few minutes, so you can get pretty strange problems when you mess with the kernel. Yeah, but with Linux, when you reboot, you should have an option to boot into, I believe it's recovery mode, and then choose the previous kernel if you have any problems with the updated one. So, but that can happen, yes. Of course, the latest kernel may contain the latest security patches also, so it's, you know, you kind of have to weigh your options there when you update to the latest kernel. That also may give you the latest hardware support too, so. But haven't had too many problems upgrading lately to the latest kernel. Everything seems to work the way it should, except for the video drivers. There just aren't any for my machine, or at least not proprietary drivers. There's a Zorg drivers, and they're okay, but it's not the same. So, this is on FOSS bytes. Let's see here. Yes, if you hold down the Shift key at boot, should allow you to choose a kernel just in case. Yeah. Default person for the world's richest title makes a comeback. Okay. Anyway. Well, that's all I have. So let's see here. Rocco's always up. Rocco's yeah, for a laugh. I think so. I think he is. Yes. I believe so. Anything else for this evening? We'll wrap this up. I think Switch to Linux was live streaming also. Oh yeah, he does his tinfoil hat, right? Sunday nights? I think he does his tinfoil hat stuff. Not Colonel Sanders. I like KFC. Yep. Yes, if you are a newbie, we're talking about the Linux kernel. And if a newbie watches this, a newbie may say, what is the Linux kernel? Well, a kernel is the magic that combines your hardware and the software into a complete OS. That glue is the Linux kernel. If that makes any sense. Hello, Bad Wolf is in the house. Bad Wolf, you're a little late. I'm going to be shutting this down here in a few minutes, but thank you for stopping by. How's things going? We're just doing some tech news, weekly tech news. And we tossed in a little bit of some news and nonsense. You can just go back and replay this video if you want to. The new Linux Lite. Okay. Kevin, there are no Popeyes where I live. There were Popeyes. There are Popeyes in Florida. They're okay. But I don't remember if I liked it or not. I think I did. I didn't go to Popeyes that much. Usually Subway. There was a franchise or something called Miami Subs I used to go to. Chinese restaurants. Taco Bell sometimes. Stuff like that. You just got it installed. Okay. Yeah, Linux Lite would be another good one for beginners, I would say. Beware, Arch Linux is not for everyone. That is true. Absolutely. I remember one time, years ago, me, IG, and Spatry were talking. And Spatry was trying to convince me, you got to use Arch. You got to try Arch. Come on, I said, no, I don't think so. So Spatry had it. Tried to use it. The following week it comes on. That's it. I've had it with Arch. I need a stable system. I can't use Arch anymore. There you go. Then he fell into Manjaro. And Tergos for the win. Okay. Always recommend Linux Lite for newcomers. That's fine, yeah. But nothing beats the Mint menu. This is so cool. There's just something about it. It just works, you know. Anyway, I think I'm going to wrap this up. So this probably been about an hour, I think, or so. So we'll wrap this up here. Unless you have a news item on your mind that you want to talk about. But I think I got some of the big news, tech news items out of the way for this past week. Again, probably the biggest news, well, two news items. The big ones has to be Flash. And the big buzz at Ubuntu Mate, the next one to be released. I may take a look at that alpha. I'm very curious. Yeah. No thanks on the Mint. Okay, Bad Wolf. Well, that's the beauty of Linux. Lots of choices. So yeah, I've had pretty good luck with Mint since the beginning. Kevin, I don't know what Spatry is up to these days. I tried to reach him a couple times. I guess other people have. I don't know. I really don't know. So I hope he's okay. Anyway. All right, Mark and everybody, thank you for stopping by. Always fun doing these. And don't know when the next one will be, sometime during the week. I wanted to do one on net neutrality. What I did, I downloaded the latest Mintcast. There was a good section of that podcast, about 15 minutes, that they talk about it, trying to explain it somewhat in a newbie way, which is good. So you don't hate it. Okay. All right, Bad Wolf and everybody, I think I will end this. Thank you once again for stopping by, and we will catch you again on the next one. And I think that's all I have for this one. So this has been Total OS Today, total technology for beginners and beyond. And I'll catch you on the next one. If you have any comments or questions, go ahead and post them in the comments below. For those of you who watch this later, if you haven't subscribed, please do. And continue and consider supporting this Total OS Today technology channel. That's it, guys. I'll catch you later. Ciao.